So I was listening to a video about how a girl, she did witchcraft, and she was thinking, because she did white witchcraft or whatever, or she was a white witch, I don't know the proper terms, that, she's good, she's doing the positive thing, you understand? It's the positive part of witchcraft. But later, after she had converted to Christianity, later did she realize that it's all bad. You understand? Like, there's no good or bad. There's no black and white. Like, it's all bad because at the end of the day, you're communicating with, spirits other than God. And that got me thinking about me and, like, my journey and how, like, I'm thinking in my head that because I'm not a witch, that I don't do rituals, I don't invoke spirits, I don't do any of that. And it's just so wow, like there's no real, like that's kind of like the trickery, like because like in the Bible when they talk about like Adam and Eve, when the snake comes down and kind of tricks them into eating an apple, like, oh well, you'll get this power of knowledge of good and evil, and it sounds so enticing and like, oh, I'll have this power like God, you understand? But at the end of the day, it's all bad. But what also amazes me though is how our souls can reject stuff, because like when I started out when I was 17, I used to like try to get into like tarot cards and all that stuff. And I just couldn't get into it. It wasn't my thing. I tried to get into astrology, but for some reason my brain just didn't want to grasp it. No matter how many books I read, no matter how much I wanted to try and grasp it and talk like everyone else and understand like everyone else, my brain for some reason, it didn't pass a vibe check. Okay, my brain was like, no, like what do you do? Like any information that I tried to obtain, I forget. My things when I was younger is like reading about different religions and spiritualities, and no matter how much different religions I read about with spiritualities, like there was something in me that didn't want to go through with it. Like, yeah, I may understand the history of it, but I'm not going to attach myself to it. My body couldn't like fully commit to wanting to try rituals or anything. Like it was just like, girl, what you doing? You understand? Like no matter how alluring and enticing or just, I would read stuff like, it's what our ancestors did, you connect to spirits and nature. Like there was something within me that just wouldn't allow me to, like my soul just wouldn't allow me to get into that stuff. And then you see these kids, especially nowadays, since like this whole new age thing is like a trend, they get involved with this stuff and then they pay severe consequences because they don't know what they're getting themselves into. They don't know what type of spirits they're invoking. You understand? They don't know what they're doing, and then they end up harming themselves because they're doing it for a trend. They didn't really study. They just doing it because it looks cool, because someone else they liked does it. And then they cause severe harms to themselves, you understand, whether, even to the point of death, you understand, because they don't know exactly what they're getting into. So it's just amazing to me how our souls, especially my soul, can just naturally reject stuff, like, because I was like, oh, well, it makes sense, this is part of my ancestral, spirituality. It makes sense for me to, learn more about it, blah blah blah, but something within me was just like, nah. And I remember I was watching another recent video of this lady who she was saying the same thing too, like her body, her soul rejected some of the things that she was trying to get into and trying to practice. And so when I heard that, I was like, well, you know what, my body did too. And that's just so amazing how our souls, our body, our spirit, knows better for us. Because if I didn't listen to it, who knows where things I could have gone. But I listened to that. I listened to my soul, who naturally rejected certain things. Now that I have read the Bible and all that stuff, like I can feel like my soul is literally running towards the Bible, like about time. You understand? Like it's been waiting for this and it's ready. My whole spirit is elated, happy that I'm reading the Bible. Like it's been waiting for me to, like, we done stripped everything away from you, child. Like, I'm so glad you finally woke up. Usually when I start something, I don't like to talk about it yet, but for some reason Cause in my mind I'm like, I don't know anything. I shouldn't be making videos. This is not a field I'm fully knowledgeable in. You understand? I don't know much about the Bible, but I feel this push, this like just to talk about it full force with it. Like I've been new it. Like you understand? Or you understand? That's why I keep telling y'all like I don't know anything, but like blah 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 blah. Keep second guessing myself like nah, cause you know I don't know much. Like I don't feel qualified to speak on it, but my spirit wants me to speak on it. You understand? That's why I started. Well, at least I could do Bible verses and how it resonates with me. Just so amazing. Like I'm so amazed at this whole like process, this unfolding, this renewal, this whatever I'm going through. Like it is seriously changing me. All from reading the Bible, all from me putting it into practice and believing in it. You understand? Like just simple stuff. You know, this whole Bible, like it's very powerful, you know. It makes me want to like want more people into this. You know, people want better lives, people want better this. All they have to do is just turn themselves to God and the Bible and all stuff. You understand? Like this is wow. Only people just give themselves to Christ. Wow. Powerful. Your life can change for the better. Not just, you know, reading the Bible like, oh, this is cute. Okay, let me debate it. But actually living it. You understand? And my life has changed. So that's all I wanted to say. I hope y'all have a good one.